Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome back to a match that wouldn't have been a match a year ago, a year and a half ago. I would have looked at this, someone would have sent me, HarstemCasts this series. I would have sent them back a signed picture of my middle finger, if they're lucky. But most likely I would have blocked them and put them on the FBI Most Wanted list, because on an idiotic request that would have been. But nowadays, these guys are very closely matched. I'm talking about Showtime and Persal, and really I'm talking about Persal here. Persal is legitimately the quickest rising player that I've seen in my lifetime. And that is a long time, because I am old. I've been playing this game for 16 years now. I've seen a lot of up-and-comers. Some came up and then dropped down. Some went up and went way past me. And Persal is one of those. If you would have asked me 6 months ago if I was better than Persal, I would have said yes. If you would have asked me 3 months ago if I was better than Persal, I would have also said yes, but I would have been lying to you. And if you were to ask me now, are you better than Persal? No one would believe me anymore if I would say yes. Like 3 months ago, I could still, I could still trick maybe some of the super Harstem fans. Be like, yeah, Harstem on a good day, and the sun is in Persal's eyes, and he hasn't slept in 4 days, and maybe Harstem has a chance. But no, even now, if the sun is in Persal's eyes, and he hasn't slept in 4 days, Harstem does not stand a chance against this guy. If you check his Aligula graph, which is the website I tend to use to see how fast people are rising, it's freaking insane. So like, it's a line straight up, then there's a bit of a plateau in between, and then there's another line like straight up. Like, this guy is insane. He's currently the rank 16 in the world. I want to say that he was rank maybe 40, 45 a year ago. Like, this is like a meteoric rise. Very, very impressive. And like I said, I've never seen someone go through the ranks this quickly in my StarCraft 2 lifetime. It's phenomenal stuff. He seemingly came out of nowhere, and he's showing fantastic games. And with very standard play as well, may I add. He is someone that loves tight timings, but standard timings, okay? He's not SCV pooling every single game. He's not tricking his opponent. Well, he sometimes tricks his opponent, but it's not like nasty tricks. What the hell is this map, by the way? For the people that are not aware, we're casting some games of the Team Liquid map contest, and a lot of these maps, they are kind of odd. They have weird features on them. I feel like map makers are becoming a little bit more free. Map makers have always been free in their head already. The problem is that the people that would vote for the maps weren't quite as free as the map makers. So you'd have like these weird, cute features, like these odd-looking maps. And then the judges of the Team Liquid map contest would be like, oh, that looks really creative. How about we take it out? And then we'd never see these maps ever again. But nowadays, it feels like the judges are, completely okay with some weirder features. And we have like these weird little side bases coming in. This is not a standard layout of a map at all. Like, the middle is completely devoid of any bases. It has a bunch of rocks. I think these are collapsible, maybe. I'm not sure what you can do with them. We have a couple of workers here going down against a Raven, an auto turret. So this was a Raven rush. Not something we frequently see, because it's just not very good, usually. Showtime's gonna go for a 4-stalker blink-in. Look, that's a cute move. Over the wall. Oh my god. Yeah. Climbing over the wall. Surreal. Leave that to the Germans, huh? They had to deal with a very large wall for a long time. There used to be a wall. It's called the Berlin Wall. It got taken out in 1989, I believe. Between the USSR and the rest of Europe. And Showtime is also often referred to as Die Mauer, which means die wall in German. It's not because he separates two countries or two blocks in the Cold War. No, it's because trying to deal damage against Showtime is like trying to deal damage to a wall with your fist. It's very difficult. Although I've never tried beating up a wall with my fist before. I can only imagine it's pretty difficult. This is a tight timing that Persal's hitting him. Look at that. He's just gonna stim. Not a whole lot has happened in this game, but I like Persal's position more. I don't know why that is. He just seems to be in a good spot. Nice splits here as well coming out of him. He's gonna clear one stalker. Runs across the map. This is a weird little force. Kind of an in-betweener force. It's not really an army, but if you're not ready for this, you might just die. No, it's like 10 Marines, 2 Marauders, a tank and a mine. Sounds like the setup for a bad joke. Oh my god, the SCVs are coming out. Here I am saying that, yo, this guy's not a cheeser. He doesn't pull the SCVs. But hey, he does. He does what he needs to do to win. Gonna be pulling the boys here. Storm not quite done. Means that the third base will need to be given up here right now. Don't think there's anything that you can do about that. This third base is toast. Now, SCVs are immediately returning back home. So Persal with a pretty tight read here saying, hey, if I'm gonna kill this base, I just want to play 2 base versus 2 base, and I'm okay with that. Showtime wants to collapse into this position. I'm not quite sure why. Because the third base is already dead. So he's defending nothing. Maybe he really cared about these rock towers. He's like, oh no. Don't let him see my rock towers. GG's gonna get called. Persal's gonna win game number 1 with a quick, aggressive play here on the Black Rock. The next map is gonna be Voidtorm. This is, what the hell? It's like someone spilled grape juice all over the map. Holy crap. What is this? The dream of every grape juice lover. Voidtorm. You can lick it off the freaking floor here. Let's take a look at this map actually. Because, yes, it is very purple, but is there anything else interesting about it? So you have a fairly difficult to defend third base here, I think. Like far away. Like look at the walking distance here. Boom. That's a freaking walk and a half. It's not a marathon. But it is, you know, it's a decent walk. Do we have anything interesting? Is this a healing zone? Yep, there we go. Selnaga healing shrine in the middle of the map. We've seen these implemented in some ladder maps before as well. Put a unit in there, it heals. Really quite simple. Got some side bases. So once again, actually a very open middle area in the map. You have these, I don't know what these spots are, but they show on the map as something. These little things. I don't know what this is. Like, what does it contribute to? Are these mineral patches just randomly out on the map? Very interesting. I can't wait to see what's on them. But yeah, not an easy triple base setup to defend. Not an easy 4 base setup to defend. So I feel like this would favor Terran a little bit. Probe is going to go back home. I want to see what these mineral patches do. Are we going to pass a couple? I think this is one. Okay, 25 minerals here. And also 5 minerals over here. I don't know what they're doing, but they are there. They're available. There's no gold bases or rich Vespine geysers on this map. But there's a lot of random mineral fields, you know, sprawled around. Cute features. I don't know what the hell this is, but also looks cool. Adept's gonna make its way across the map most likely, as Twilight Council will need to be thrown down here momentarily. Get a Marine into Factory out of Persal. And this could go, I was gonna say 1 or 2 ways, but really there's infinite possibilities if you open up with a fast factory. Could follow it up with a starport, double Hellion. Yeah, okay. It's gonna be double Hellion at least. Do we have anything on the map here? No, we don't. No worker on the map, so that means no proxy starport. Like, this is a crazy location for a proxy starport, theoretically. It's not happening, but theoretically it would have been crazy. Okay. This guy's gonna scout, sees the Hellions. Now, the most common build out of Hellion with starport at home is not actually 4 Hellion, but it's going to be 2 Hellion into 4 mine. And this is kind of what I'm expecting. These 2 Hellions, their goal is to... They give some safety against early Adept plays. Oh, Marine goes down. That's a big deal, because now you have nothing in the bunker. Double Adept Shade is actually going to finish up. Yeah, there's only 2 Hellions. And I think Showtime has the correct read here. Showtime says to himself, hey, what is the follow-up going to be? Is this going to be 4 Hellion, or is this going to be 2 more mines? If it's 4 Hellion, he's in trouble. If it's 2 more mines, these Hellions are in a bit of trouble. They're taking a lot of damage. You get the scout on the 2 extra mines. Lots of SCVs being pulled. So you could say, oh, this was such a terrible outcome. But really, lots of mining time being lost. Now even needs to repair here a little bit as well. Persal forgot about the depot for quite a while too. And I like Showtime's position. He has full info as to what his opponent is doing. He's denied a lot of mining time. He's gotten rid of 2 adepts. And that doesn't sound necessarily like a benefit, but losing 2 adepts and getting something done with them is actually quite nice. I much prefer losing them while doing something than having them alive and having achieved nothing at all. Like, adepts, they lose so much value in the... basically the moment Stim finishes up, or there's more than 5 Marines out. Ooh, this is a good Hellion run by as well. It's actually going to deal some damage. 2 workers going down already. Showtime out of position with his Stalkers. Was busy chasing Medivacs. It's going to continue chasing Medivacs. Will get this Medivac. Most likely. Yep, there we go. 3 mines will stay alive. 4 probes go down. I think this is actually a completely fair trade. 2 Hellions for 4 mines, and then... Or sorry, for 4 probes for 2 Hellions, and then these 3 mines, if they go down, that would be a big deal. If these mines manage to run back home, or even towards the top right, I don't even mind it so much for Persal. Ooh. Oh. I like this. Mines are gonna get spotted though. Did Showtime see that? Yeah, he did. I like this move. I think this was such a cute move. A good move as well, not just cute. You know, this mine run by was more than just cute. It was nice. Ooh, Observer almost dies. Due to the splash, but not quite. Forge is gonna get thrown down here as well. So it's going to be a charge forge based type of playstyle. We do have 4 Stalkers and a Prism. And 2 SCVs already going down. Behind it, 1 tank is out. eBay on the way. 2nd gas as well. I am not loving the position Persal is in. Where in the last game I thought it was great. This time I don't think it's very good at all. Raven's gonna try to go across the map. Maybe can get a worker kill or 2. But he actually needs more than a worker kill or 2. He's gonna need 5, 6 worker kills. I think to make this an even game. Because we still have a lot of potential in these Stalkers. We're probably gonna get 3, 4 more workers. At least 3 more. Oh, no, at least 2 more apparently. And he can kind of rinse and repeat that a couple more times. Sentry's gonna warp in over here. Oh, this is a nasty dead space. Look at this. Holy cow. You could build a villa here for the Raven. You could retire in this area and never die. That is bad for Protoss. Because you don't really want to build a Stargate. And now, because of this area, you're either forced to throw down a Templar Archives, which I don't think is what Showtime wants. Usually, if we see a fast forge into charge, it is going to, it's going to be a Robo Bay. That's the most common follow-up. So then the other option is going to be getting batteries. But you need batteries in both bases, or battery in one base and then Stalkers in the other. The problem with getting batteries is that if the Raven saves up 2 or 3 auto turrets and you're trying to defend with just a battery, you still end up losing workers. So battery is like a temporary, like a band-aid fix. It doesn't really, you know, it doesn't solve the problem very much. And leaving 3 Stalkers to deal with it also is not a great fix, in my opinion. We get 4 Zealots now warping into this Prism. I like this. It's going to go for a counterattack the moment he sees something move out. So you have quite a bit of vision. Do we have anything in the main base? No, we don't. Oh, this Forge could be in trouble. Oh, we don't get a pre-unload. If this was pre-unloaded over here and then maybe snipes the pylon, I think that could have been a pretty big deal. Now we just get a warp in and life is okay. Prism is actually going to move back though. First Colossus is halfway done. Couple more Zealots on the way here too. 3rd CC for Percival. So, although Percival is not in a great spot, he's in a playable position. Oh, Raven dies, that's good news. Hardly killed any workers. I think 6 workers have gone down total, and 4 of those were against the initial 2 Hellions, don't forget. And these rotations are crazy. As in, they're not good. Like, only a crazy person would do them. I don't understand what Percival sees in this. Like, the only thing that... Like, this is gonna end horrible. Horribly. Yeah. This is not possible! What are you doing? No! I don't think he was aware of the Observer. Percival thought that he was being real freaking sneaky. But he was not being sneaky at all. He was fully visioned, my dear friends. Ay. This is the equivalent of your mistress ringing the ring doorbell. Boom. Direct information to your spouse. That's what an Observer did there. You tried to cheat on your wife, Percival, and it backfired. Showtime said, no, not today. I am your wife. What? Weird turn of events here today. 2 mines are in this medevac, which is cute, but also... I think he wants to go for a drop, but that also is gonna get spotted. Look at this. Oh, no. Showtime. Cameras everywhere. Dude, this guy is suspicious as hell. And for a good reason. Because Percival is a suspicious person. Oh, no. This thing is gonna... Oh, they're gonna miss each other. Oh, no, wait, they're not gonna miss each other. Well, they're kind of missing each other. No. Oh. Chaos Pain. All here on Voidtorm. This beautiful purple map. Oh, One mine goes down. Second mine is going to go down as well. Look at this. Floop. You get an 8 marine drop here towards the bottom left. No pre-unload once more. Oh, now he's going to pre-unload. Nice. Get him. Bro, look at this. Freaking spider sense is tingling. Rumor on the street is that Showtime has been cast for the next Spider-Man movie. Tom Holland can pack up. Go home. It's time for their Tobias Sieber to put in that tight Spidey suit and start swinging from buildings in New York City. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about this one. Ooh, Showtime also wasn't entirely sure about that one. Interesting move. Sensor Tower saw like the red dot, but probably didn't expect that to be a Colossus. Otherwise, losing that Colossus would have been quite bad. So, it has not been great for Showtime so far, but if you take a look at the actual situation, how much do I dislike it here for Persal? Actually, quite a bit. I dislike it quite a bit. Yeah. I don't think this is very good at all. He has pretty poor eco. He doesn't have Ghost yet. His Viking count isn't high enough either to completely dissuade Showtime from going across and killing his opponent. Medevac count is at 4, which is not some brilliant number. I always say is that if your medevac count is lower than 6 and your Viking count is lower than 8 and your opponent has 3 Colossus, life probably ain't so sweet right now, you know? You're waiting for better times. Hey, I'm not talking that it's time for you to jump headfirst out of a window, but you might be Googling large buildings in your general vicinity. 7 Vikings, yeah. Oh, wait, what the hell? How did Percival do this? Oh my god. Percival could have actually just walked to the left and killed this base for free. But he's playing around with his high ground. It's freaking high ground. This map was created by the Terran Collective, what the hell? Oh, Vikings get the snipe on 1. This is nice control. Oh, he's fighting inside of the Selnaga. Look at this! The Healing Shrine. The Healing Shrine putting in some serious work here. This should have been a one-sided fight, but honestly, Percival is doing a great job. He's still kind of getting cleared, but he kept all of his Vikings alive, and he can now just start adding medevacs. Do we have a Forge CC? We don't. Ooh, I don't like that. I actually don't like that at all. The lack of a Forge CC is a serious problem. Okay, we're gonna get some nice kiting back to this third base. Forge CC is on the way. Do we have an armory? We have an armory, we have double eBay. We need to start those upgrades, but Percival right now is not starting them quite yet. Mines on the side. No turrets in the main base either. Oh, gonna get another attack. Disruptors too, maybe, yeah, stop that flank from happening. I love sending like a disruptor shot into the mineral line because it forces the player to not just move away with the Vikings, but also to pull the SCVs. So you always kill mining time, or you kill SCVs, and both is really fine in this situation. Showtime is ahead in income. Needs to be careful though here. Needs to be so damn careful. So if he loses these 3 disruptors and Ghost come out, the game ends. Like, these disruptors are the only thing standing in between Percival and a victory. Okay, we're gonna get a snipe on one of the disruptors. Liberators, with quite a bit of backup. This is a good fight for Percival, I think. Loses 7 SCVs. Gets the sentry though. Ooh, tries to snipe a little bit too hard. It is 3-1 upgrades against just 1-1. We need a slightly higher ghost count. A slightly higher ghost count. Vikings have disappeared from the map, by the way. I am not loving the Liberator add-ins right now. Oh no, we still have a couple of Vikings. My apologies. He's gonna try to snipe this disruptor. Oh, gets one of them. These units are so damaged. And he's losing a lot of energy. And at the same time, Prism in the main base. That is a big one. Liberator's gonna siege up though. This setup is secure. Medevac count not high enough as this Purification Nova is gonna kill a Ghost. And this is why I didn't love the snipes there. The lack of turrets is definitely not helping, but 10 SCVs going down. Percival is just falling too far, I think, right now. 12 gateways still, but there's also 3 robos behind this. 86 workers. At any point, Showtime can decide to add in like 4 to 6 more gateways and get even crazier production going here. Turrets once again been taken out. We get ship weapons level 1 and 2-2 is about to finish up. But look at this. 3-2-1 upgrades right now for Showtime. And with no ghosts around, those shields actually are doing something as well. Good blink forward. And Showtime is looking to take the victory here on Voidtorm. Beautiful stuff. Inspirational, some people might even say. No money for 3-3. Does have a fort base. Is trying to build SEVs. And in these types of cases, you know what's crazy good to do? Is to try and get something going on the other side of the map, but it feels almost impossible. If the gate count is this high, like what are you going to do? Send 2 medevacs here just to die against 6 stalkers and 6 zealots? No. I think the supply is just too low, actually. I don't see a solution here. Like, this is just... Sometimes in life, you just have to give up. And this might be one of these cases. I don't actually see a way for Showtime to lose this game. It'd be really difficult. He has such good eco, good upgrades, nice production. Like, he's just sending in freaking zealots here, like charging into hold positioned SCVs, which is obviously not great micro, but it doesn't matter. He can completely warp in like 12 DTs at some point and just snipe this planetary, lose every single DT, and still be fine. Like, he just needs to deny some type of mining and get any type of trade. Like, resources lost has been even. Like, this is a difference purely based on mining right now. 126 applied to 199. We get I think this is an 8 base. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 8 base. Zealots coming in right now. DT's in the back here too. Got a blink forward. He just wants to trade. DT's jumping on top of an army. I mean, that pretty much tells the entire kill. Archons are being morphed here as well. This setup is not going to be secure enough. Sensor towers will spot the movement, and Liberators need to run into position. Medevacs completely out of energy. I mean, I am not seeing how this is going to work. I'm just not seeing it. Once again, the Archon Zealot DT moves over towards the 3rd base. And that, my dear friends... Oh, no GG. Is going to be it. But without a GG. And our final game is going to be on a 4-player map made for 2 people. It's called the Old Sun Temple. You know what's interesting? Is that we refer to these types of maps as 4-player maps. But for whatever reason, almost every single 2v2 map has a setup where both players are next to each other. In Warcraft 3, it actually was really common to have a kind of... so sometimes you'd have a complete like north, west, east, south type of setup. And here you have the corners. Like, these setups are not so uncommon in 2v2 in Warcraft 3, but in StarCraft 2, for whatever reason, the golden standard is having a very easily defendable bases together for both players, which means that the games often become a little bit less aggressive. The more split up you are, obviously, the more aggressive things are going to become, and I think it's quite interesting. It also makes it harder to scout. If both players are at the exact same spot, of course, then it's significantly easier to scout. So... yeah, I'm a big fan of introducing maps like this into the 2v2 map pool, because they feel like 2v2 maps, and I'm wondering how they would play out as 2v2 maps. I think Zerg would be quite strong, difficult to play against, but either way, let's have a look to see what's gonna happen here. We have a 2nd probe that's coming out. I'm not sure why Showtime is doing this. It's like a new move, or it's gonna mine 5 minerals and go back inside. Surely it would have been faster to just mine from one of these patches over here. But maybe he didn't want to bother stacking those probes like a good boy. He's going to open up with a Stalker, no Scout, as a Reaper makes his way across the map. Sadly, this is the worst possible outcome for Percival. Sadly for Percival. He's going to find this base, or find nothing here. Then go to the bottom right, see that there's nothing here. And then he's going to go towards the top right. And probably see that Showtime is there, but he's not going to be capable of getting into that base. We have a wall. There is a Stalker at home. Twilight Council in the natural. Stalker into Sentry, into Twilight Council. The only thing that I'd be very afraid of right now if I'm Showtime is probably a double gas opener. Like, this would be kind of my... Ooh. That feels like it could be scary, maybe. He's definitely going to need to use energy recharge onto that Sentry. And then scout for that. Because if it is like triple Reaper 2 Hellion in this case, which once again, there's 0 information, this could get a little bit dicey. So just keep an eye on that, as we're going to add in more and more workers. 30 works to 24 so far. Okay, you get the read here on the Reaper, you see the tech lab, and the 2nd barracks. It's a lot of information. Wait, what? How did that get in? This wall must not be complete, or what? I did not see how that Reaper came in. Gets 2 worker kills. It must have... Maybe it jumped over using a grenade. Like a grenade over here and then it bounces itself over. I don't know what happened there, but... It's interesting. Okay, next gate. 3 gate, sentry, stalker. As well as a starport. This feels like it's going to be some weird timing attack. And I say weird timing attack because this is not a very common way of playing at all. This is obviously fake, like the first one. I don't believe it. I don't think anyone believes this move out. The weird thing is that Stim hasn't started yet. Combat Shield hasn't started yet. And we have this starport that seemingly randomly is going to build a medevac, I guess. Tank in the middle of the map is now going to return back home. Stim starts at this point. Like, we're sending some confusing signals right now to Showtime. I wouldn't even know what timing this is gonna attack. Like, I guess it's going to be centered around Stim, so I'd say 80 seconds from now. 80 seconds would be what, exactly at 6 minutes? It's gonna be without combat shield though. Could get a combat shield and wait 10-15 seconds. Confusing game. It's really difficult for Protoss to kind of figure out what's going on. Or as we would say in Dutch, it's difficult to make chocolate of. If you're confused, you can't make chocolate out of it. If I was the Protoss player, I would not be capable of making chocolate out of this. And even as an observer, you know, where's the chocolate in this? I don't see it. It's going to be double medevac, 3 tank, marine rod. This is a weird timing attack, like a really odd timing attack. I think Showtime is doing a great job responding to this, by the way. He's not getting any tech, he's not getting a forge. I think he's seen the lack of an eBay, which I guess I should have picked up on that. My apologies. Okay, the lack of an eBay is actually a huge tell, and that is the reason why Showtime has such a good response. I think this is actually the perfect response out of Showtime. That doesn't mean that he automatically wins. This is also an execution-based game. I think we're going to need to get this sentry another recharge, no? Another recharge and at the ramp. Oh, Showtime believes he's going to the third. Showtime is mistaken. Ooh. This walking up the ramp could be bad. Stalker's not here quite yet. Guardian Shield's going to be available. Bunker's not going to go down. Guardian Shield not being activated. I think it's just a mistake. Big supply block for Showtime as well. As he loses a pylon here, he's going to lose another pylon. That means he actually needs to send it now. He's going to jump on top of these tanks. I don't think it's going to be enough. Damage output of these Marines is great. 1 tank stays alive. Every single Stalker is going down as the low ground tank helps out as well. The medevacs heal. The tanks shoot. And Showtime is looking for his enter and the 2Gs here because he's about to lose. What a great all-in out of Persal. Here was bragging about him being this solid macro player and he just wins on the back of 2 beautiful timing pushes. I've never seen this build executed before. This is very confusing to play against. The main tell really was the lack of an eBay. Showtime, I think, had a good response, but a tiny supply block there, the lack of force fields in this area, and maybe needed some type of reinforcements cutters. So a couple of zealots behind the army, a flank with the zealots onto the tanks as well. These things can be very helpful. I think right now there's really no chance. It's going to go in with a Guardian Shield with a bunch of zealots, but the Marine Marauder count is a little bit too good. Tank in the back still alive as well. GG gets called. As Persal is going to take this series with a 2-1 score. A beautiful timing. If you're an up-and-coming Terran player, you want to become good quick, try copying this because it looked freaking tight as hell. That's going to be it for me today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to like, but subscribe to the channel. I hope to see all of you next time for a new video. Bye-bye.